Hey guys, Marsegan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at this man right here, the AGL Super Buu. Finally has a 200% leader skill thanks to the release of the AGL Dokkan Fest Android 21. So we are going to try him out here on her team and see what we can do with the boy. So Cell is stunned from the previous turn. I didn't realise that because this is the second turn. So sadly that means we're not going to get hit first and get our big buff, which is unfortunate. But let's go ahead and take a look at our man here. So LR Super Buu. He has the Majin Buu Saga or Heavenly Events Leader Skill 4 key 150. His super attacks, both of them he raises attack and defense for one turn. The 18 key is an AoE that does Mega Colossal with a medium chance to stun. And the 12 key is Mega Colossal, it's just normal Colossal and it greatly lowers defense. His passive, he gets the entrance animation with no restrictions, so he'll always get it. He gets 5 key and 120 attack and defense for 4 turns with the entrance animation buff. And then he has 120 attack and defense base, gets an additional attack 30% if HP is 30% or more when attacking, another 30% if it's 60% or more, and then another 30% and 30% defense if it's 90% or more. And all of those are when attacking. So if you start the turn with full health, but then you take a ton of damage and then he attacks, you don't get those buffs, which is annoying compared to start of turn passive buffs. But then on the flip side, you can get instances where if you started the turn just below the HP threshold and then you pick up a bunch of like same type orbs or another unit heals you before he attacks, they then can activate mid-turn. So it's very situational a lot of the time which version of those kind of passives is better. But obviously we'll see how we get on throughout the run here. He then has a great chance to guard, so 70% chance to guard, or he gets guaranteed guard when there's a Buu Saga or Fused Fighters category enemy. That can be interesting for some of the harder stages, especially like Fusion Zamasu. The only problem is, even with this team, he has a 200% lead, but he doesn't really have the best partners that are like super meta relevant, right? So he gets an additional super that has a high chance of becoming a, additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super within the same turn that guard is activated. He also gets an additional 100% attack after he receives an attack on his next attack specifically. So the interesting thing about the way this works is if he attacks and then he gets hit, that buff is then active. So then at the start of his next rotation, even if there's no attacks in slot 1, or if you just want to put him in slot 2, he has that buff active still, which is kind of cool. And then he builds up from getting hit as well. 1 key up to 7 and 20% defense up to 140 with each attack received. So I'm running him linked up with this guy because they share 5 links. Obviously for now, I mean, you really aren't going to be using this guy in any events, but hopefully we won't have to wait too long for him and the STR Vegito to get easy A's. Wow. So, damn, that's without him getting hit and getting that 100% extra attack, by the way. He has 18 million attack stat. That's with all the links active with this Buu, and then obviously Toa is providing a lot of support. But just imagine if he got hit first. 100% extra attack. I don't think it's multiplicative, but because if it was, that would literally be 36 million on turn 1, which is ridiculous. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that. But yeah, that's pretty good for turn 1 when you consider that we didn't get hit first to get the buff. So that is actually pretty crazy. We did have the Bulma support as well, actually, because obviously Bulma's here. She was on turn 1. So let's go ahead and I don't want to end up with a double 21 rotation, so I'm going to float you off. Get that so we get the support. And then grab these. Hopefully we don't stun him again, because I want Buu to get hit. So if well, actually I think physical 21 can't stun, right? It's only the AGL 21. So between Bulma and physical 21 here, we should kill Cell. Yeah, evil 21 will kill Cell here, right? Or he did heal, but because mine's only 55%, but no big bad boss is active this turn. I mean, I guess as long as she does get the additional super from her intro, which she did. Oh, it took a second to load there. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but all right, so she finishes him off. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because we're finishing the phase, aren't we? So he wouldn't be stunned next time anyway. So now we're at second form Cell. Be attacking in slot 1. Perfect. Okay. Now, we obviously need Cell to, Buu to actually guard. He is rocking at the start of turn 357k defense. Not terrible, remembering he can stack up a whole bunch of extra attack, and he hasn't been hit yet. So he needs to get hit like 7 times or something. So hopefully we're getting hit, what, 3 times here at the start, so that's not too bad. And then obviously you get Metamorphosis and Shocking Speed. That's quite good, actually, because you don't have Shocking Speed, so you have every single link active except the Wall Standing Tall. Like, this rotation, unironically, on this team could be really good. Of course, he's super straight away. Oh, you better guard. This rotation on this team, unironically, could be really good when Buu gets his easy A. Okay, he did guard. So now, yeah, 22 million. That's without a support unit in slot 3. Because remember, Toa in turn 1 was giving 40%, potentially 50, because she has that RNG chance to give the extra 10. So even without that 40% support unit in slot 3, that's a 22 million attack stat for him. It's pretty good. And 80k, especially after him not having gotten any of his build-up yet. That was the literal first attack he took of the turn, was a super. And because we got the guard active, we took 85k. So again, if Toa had been on rotation for the extra defensive support as well, it would have been considerably less than that. And now, of course, he has been hit 3 times, so he has an extra 60% defense compared to the start of this turn. So it'll be interesting to see the next rotation. We're going to have the other Android 21, aren't we? So we're not going to have a support unit again. Be interesting to see what his start of turn defense is on that turn as well. And then the interesting thing is, by doing the Cell event here, when we get to the end and we fight STR Cell, he's going to always be activating his guard when he gets hit, which means he will be getting that full buff. So seeing him against the STR Cell at the end here should certainly be interesting. So we get this done. It doesn't matter too much because obviously we are going to finish off the Cell this phase because he can't do anything. 21 has type advantage. Bulma will do a decent amount of damage as well, especially with the support from Toa. Because one of the reasons why Toa is so good is her ultimate ability, where you're below 50% HP and she gives the Giga buff. It's only to extreme allies, but normally her support is just all allies. So she still works really well on this team, despite the fact Bulma and the AGL 21s are super type. So that works out quite nicely. Imagine if we could get the rotation. I mean, I don't think it will happen, but obviously it would be awesome. Imagine if we get the rotation where we drop below 50% HP and get the heal with Toa, and it's this rotation with Toa in slot 3. Super Buu is actually going to hit like an actual truck. It'll be amazing. So he's at 390k. We are still very much at a point here against the AGL cell where we do need to be getting our guard if we don't want to be taking a lot of damage, but we'll go ahead and do this. I think once he transforms into... If we transform the LR... Yeah, once we transform into Buuhan, we lose a link. So what is it they're sharing? Metamorphosis, Fear and Faith, Margin, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Is it Fear and Faith that he loses? What does he get when he transforms? Yeah, he loses Fear and Faith to get Big Bad Bosses, which is unfortunate for this rotation specifically. I do kind of want to stack some more. I think what I'll do here is let's pop an item here just to make sure we live, because Buu's getting hit another 4 times. So that means that will be 7 attacks in total, won't it? So he will be fully built up after this turn, and then we can see how he's looking. Because I don't want, you know, Cell to slot 1 super here or something, and then Buu doesn't guard. Yeah, see, he didn't guard. Now, I believe against this AGL Cell, just because of the damage level that he does, we would tank normals perfectly fine. We're at 17 million on this turn. We get the stun again. It is funny that this guy can be stunned. So we didn't get the guard, but he didn't super. So technically that means we didn't actually need to use the item. But so I would get the extra stack off with Buuhan. The only thing I will really hope for this Buuhan's easy A that I could say right out the gate is these LRs, because I think Frieza is the same, and it's why Goku is better in some of these longer events than the full power Frieza, is that the stacking of the defense is on Buuhan, or I keep saying Buuhan, but Buu-Tank's, his 18 key, which means it doesn't matter if you get like even a triple super turn, you're only getting that 1 permanent stack on his defense. So my probably #1 hope for his easy A is that they make both of his supers, stacking both attack and defense. I mean, that's not all he needs, obviously, by a considerable margin, right? Like, we definitely need him to get some more stuff other than that as well. But yeah, he definitely... I should have turned the animations off. Definitely want him to be stacking on that 18 key, because then if you do get like the triple super turn on turn 1, you could be looking very good defensively on turn 2. And then I feel like you want to stack up that defense as much as possible, obviously, and then you transform into the Buhan. And then hopefully the transformed version of Buhan is going to have, like... I don't think it's very Buu-like for him to have guard, but having like damage reduction or something would be really, really good. Do I say... I'll save these blue orbs. We're probably... I feel like there's no way we don't kill him this turn. Now that we've transformed the AGL 21 so that both the 21s have Big Bad Bosses active, there's probably no way we don't kill Cell on this turn, but, you know, we'll see. 3.5 for the Evil 21. I keep mentioning it in all of these showcases where I run her on the team, but I want dupes for her so bad. Like, this is her at 55% full level 10 links, and I think she is already, like, still pretty solid, but having that extra dupe. Hey, we finally got the triple super turn. I mentioned this in a previous video. I seem to always get either the intro buff super or the hidden potential, but not both. So she just regularly double supers for me. So we take the triple super turn. And then AGL 21 finishes him off here with the crit. So now we have the spicy turn. Now the problem is... Oh, God. So we're fully built up now, right? Oh, no, because he stunned him, didn't he, with his super. We're at 640k defense. Now, the problem is, if he doesn't guard, then this chunky cell, because he always supers in slot 1, if we don't guard, we are actually dead, which is really annoying. My Buu is built for a good mix. He's mostly crit. So obviously he's doing the AoE and he does a ridiculous attack stat. He's got a bit of additional and then he has a little bit of extra dodge, largely coming from the skill orbs that he has equipped. So, I mean, we're getting the 40% support as well. I mean, all we can hope for here is that we get the guard. Because otherwise, unfortunately, he does just die, which will be very unfortunate. Hey, there you go. 118. Now, considering how much damage that can do to you... Oh yeah, I was going to say as well, on that previous turn where we got the 18 million, we're rocking an 18.7 million with him here on this turn. The main reason for that, of course, is because his intro buff with all that extra attack runs out after 4 turns. So bearing in mind, he's missing that extra 120% attack from his intro buff. We're still doing an 18 million attack stat on his 18 key super here. And then the additional does a 7 million. Both of those supers raised his defense. So now, post those 2 supers, he's going to be rocking, what, like 900k defense and has guard active on that turn. So if we hadn't killed the boss, then obviously we would still, we would just be tanking all of those hits in slot 3 with basically no issue, right? So I'm not going to use, Bulma's active skill because I don't want to do too much damage. I want to get the, I want to make sure we can get some shenanigans going with Super Buu. Hey, look at that. We dodged the super. Let's go. I was a little bit worried there because I think Bulma's damage reduction has built up, but her guard is gone. And that's the only downside to when you get this late in the event, not picking up a lot of orbs with her. Because on the active skill turn, you pick up the whole field of orbs. It gives her such a massive buff that she's going to be fine defensively, right? But that super, had it connected, probably would have done a fairly significant amount of damage. But it also means we don't have to worry about AGL 21, Physical 21 getting supered here as well. So, pretty good. And then, yeah, AGL 21 up to 6.9. Is this my one or the friend one? This is my one. So my one is 69%. And then the additional 7.2... We were saying about it on the podcast, but like, I don't understand people's complaints that she doesn't do like higher, like good attacks, right? Like high attack stats. 6 point something into 7 point something into another 7 point something, and then obviously she's not a unit that is, you know, she's not Limit Breaker Vegito. She's not there to do like the insane damage, but she does do some pretty good damage. She's healing you 5% on each super. It's pretty good. Now, Super Buu does have an AoE, and we haven't gotten to use it. How do you use it? HP is 60% or less starting from the 5th turn. Well, that's unfortunate. Massively raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage to the enemy, recovers 40% HP and disables an enemy action. So he has a really good, really good active skill, but you don't really ever get to see it, which is unfortunate. So let's do this, and then this should probably allow Super Buu to get the W here, because we can grab that. Full key for you, full key for you. And then off we go. So, Super Buu, I don't know if he's still got his buff, because I can't remember when he got hit last. Yeah, no, see, he needed to get hit again, unfortunately. So, it's still, this is like the worst turn for him. And he did an 11 million attack, and then still did an additional for 7 million. So, I mean, he is actually very solid, but it's just unfortunate that, like, Buhan is obviously just not a meta-relevant partner for him. He needs his easy A. And then, of course, he's not going to link super well with the other units on 21's team. So you kind of have to run like him on a main rotation like this with another Buu character, ideally. Because looking at his link partners, like, his best link partners are the Tech Super Buu, who obviously will get an easy A at some point, but that's like 7 turns in you get Super Buu out. LR Janemba and Tech Evil Buu are 5 link partners. And then when we get to 4 links, we have like STR Kid Buu, who unfortunately is already a bit outdated. STR Buhan, like if Super Buu transforms into Buhan. Actually, all his forms share 4 links. It's just a lot of these units. You look down his list of link partners, and I guess the most meta-relevant one is actually the Evil 21. He does share 3 links with her, which is Metamorphosis, Fierce Battle, and Fear and Faith, which unfortunately is only going to be 30% attack, 10% defense, 2 key, and 5% HP recovery. So not exactly the craziest for a link set for him. But I suppose that does mean if we wanted to try him out in a harder event, maybe I will do that. We could have him in slot 1 and then just have the Evil 21 in slot 2. And then we're obviously just going to be relying on having the 2 AGL 21s floating, I guess, so the Evil 21 can get big bad bosses. But I guess we could see how that goes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the AGL Super Buu down below in the comment section. It's really unfortunate when they bring out these units and then they finally get like a 200% team or, you know, a partner, and then they themselves are irrelevant. Or like Buu, he finally gets his 200% team and all of his link partners are almost irrelevant at this point. But let me know what you guys think of LR Super Buu down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.